Good afternoon, y'all. I am trying to talk kind of quietly because my grandbaby is sleeping. And I got some papers out. And these are not hand coffee dyed papers. I bought these at Walmart like this. And they look coffee dyed. I mean, you know, they really do. And I really like them because I don't like coffee dyed papers myself. It's so messy and time consuming. It's kind of like making cookies, you know, and I just hate to make cookies. You have to stand there and wait, you know, for them to come out of the oven every 12, 13 minutes. Look, I ain't got time for that. I'm an impatient person. So anyway, I just folded them in half, and now I'm having to cut them down to 8 inches to fit my journal. So I'm going to do that. I hope you saw the video that I posted the other day. I was telling you about my grandmother, and at the end of the video, I put a picture of her up there, and she's such a beautiful woman when she was young. Oh, she was just stunningly gorgeous, I think. Maybe I'm partial, I don't know. But then I posted a picture of her car, her 1972 Cutlass that she was so obsessed with. And I forgot to tell you too, she upholstered the interior of that car in a clear plastic because the interior and the seats and everything was all white. It was beautiful. And man, she was going to protect them seats, let me tell you. But it was kind of like a bubble wrap, kind of. You could kind of poke them, you know. Anyway, I hated that stuff. It was hot and sticky. But she loved that car. But anyway, she was my safe haven away from home. And I was going to ask y'all, did you ever have a home away from home? Somewhere you could go and feel at home besides your home, you know? So then I took some plain white pages, and I'm going to cut those down. I folded those in half. What if I can cut 2 at a time? Let's try. I don't know if this... No, I don't want to do that because I folded them in half. But I did. There was a lady that moved in down the road, and her name was Miss Miller. And just a pre-story to that, I was not allowed to go to other kids' houses, and other kids were not allowed to come to my house. My daddy was so strict, so I didn't get to play with kids when I grew up outside of school. That was it. So she came along, and she stopped one day, and she asked if she could take their daughter to church. That was my first introduction to church. It was a Methodist church. Now, I'm not a Methodist now, but it was a Methodist church that I went to. Oh, that was just the most wonderful thing in my life, because going to church, well, they had Sunday school class. I got to play with other kids. They had vacation Bible school. I got introduced to crafts. I fell in love. That's where I fell in love with crafts. And church was just the most wonderful thing in the world to me because I got away from home and I got to interact with people, and I'm a very social person. So anyway, it was just fantastic. And then I think my parents were starting to be friends with her and her husband. And I remember being down there one day, and Mr. Miller, he was a dentist, and he could play the piano. And I had always wanted to learn to play the piano. So he said he would teach me. These are just colored pages from Walmart that I folded in half. And so I remember my first day of practicing, him showing me how to do my fingers. And I was so excited. I couldn't wait for the next day. And the next morning, Miss Miller called and said that he had had a brain aneurysm. It broke our hearts. He was a wonderful man. But anyway, that introduced me to a lifelong caregiver job. And I think I was just 7 or 8. Maybe, no, I was a little older than that. It might have been, how old was I? Let's see. I guess I was about 12 or 13. But anyway, I would go down and help her take care of him. He couldn't do anything for himself. He couldn't even communicate. I mean, he couldn't move or anything. And so we had to exercise his arms. We had to feed him through a feeding tube. You know, all that caregiver type stuff. All right, I got all of these pages done. And so I helped her do that. And that got me started into caregiving, more or less. But it was a home away from home. And she would take me places. After Mr. Miller passed away, she would take me places. And that was my introduction into a whole different world, because they were well off. And she would take me to Christmas dinners, and the tables were just so fancy and everything, you know. And it was I'll tell you a story. It was so funny, because the first time I went with her, we were sitting at the table, and the hostess served tea. Now, I know in the South everybody loves tea. I didn't. And she poured me a glass of tea, and I wasn't going to say anything and be rude. And I was young. I didn't know how to handle anything. And so I forced myself to drink that glass of tea so that I wouldn't be rude, you know. Well, doggone, here she comes again. And before I can say anything or raise my hand or anything, she says, "Oh, honey, would you like some more tea?" And she pours my glass full again. I like to have a heart attack. But I couldn't say nothing. And being young, I sat there not wanting to be rude, and I drank a whole nother glass of tea. Oh my. I didn't think I was ever going to get through it, but I did. But I was ready for her the next time she came around, because she came around that third time, and I said, "Oh, ma'am, I've done had 2 glasses. Thank you so much." I learned quick, didn't I? All right, let's see here. All right, so we have a lot of pages here. We have the colored pages. We have the white pages. We have our coffee dyed looking pages. And then my daughter-in-law gave me those. So now let's see. And then we have our covers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 pages. 5 pages. And I think I want 6 pages in each signature. But let me see here, because what I want to do is put in some like half inserts. So like I'd like to put this into a signature. So if I took one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these, and then one of my covers, and this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I missing one? No, I think I have them all. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. Okay. So I could do something like this. Do this. And this. And then I could put that in the center. And then we'll put this one in here. And then this one in here. Okay. That's kind of a thin signature. I could put a few more things in there. Okay, so that's one example. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, look at this page I found, y'all. I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know if I want to use it as a page like it is, or if I want to cut all these out and use them. I'm leaning towards cutting them out and using them. I just love that page. I found that this morning. Let's set that aside. And let me get rid of all these scraps. Where'd I do my little garbage bag? I lost it, so I'm going to set it up there for now. All right. I have doilies. I have these bags. These are cool because they have a hole in them. So I could, a little window. A window. That'd be cute to do something with. We'll take one of those out. And we're going to set that one aside. And then I grabbed, I've got a drawer over here that's just full of scraps. This is a piece of vellum. I want to use that somehow. Here's a mail envelope. I want to use that. I like that pink piece. Oh, here's a pretty piece of roses. I might try to use that. Okay, so I don't think I will use these. Let me find a place to put them. I'll set them over here on this chair. All right, and this comes from that bag I was telling you about that I got from the thrift store. It's a calendar, but it's got, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you see that? Let me get it over here a little in the middle. I think that's so pretty, but it's kind of fall. You know, some flowers are kind of fallish, and it's got a pumpkin right there. But hey, I think that's beautiful. There's another fall picture with a scarecrow. There's some fall leaves. Oh, I love the lighthouse, but it doesn't really go with my theme. That's beautiful. Can you see that? Let me pull it down. Isn't that pretty with a little bird? That's a possibility. Let's pull that out. We'll lay that right there. Keep looking. Here's another envelope. Let's pull that out. We might just use it too. That's adorable. Look at that with a little girl. Isn't she cute? But that doesn't go with my theme either. Oh, there's some pretty poppies. Wow, that's kind of, I don't really have red. I have pink, but I don't have red. Oh, look at the lavender. And we have a bicycle page in our over here, remember? So I'm definitely going to pull that out. That is cute. That's pretty. And you can just cut this out right here or cover it up. Or maybe you don't want to. I don't know. Valentine's. That's a pretty winter scene. Okay, so that's all of that one. Where am I going to put this stuff when I no longer want it? Let's set it right there for right now. I want to use that stencil. Let me see. I already have a picture with Ophelia's foot on it. So I'm going to set that down there. I have these letters that I got in that bag of stuff from the Goodwill store too. Actually, it's not Goodwill store. It's like a thrift store of sorts. But I found those and these. And then I got a bunch of these little cards. This is all that is worth cherishing begins in the heart. Oh, I love that. It's the little things that mean so much. That one says thank you, so we don't want that one. You'll never find peace of mind until you listen with your heart. I like that one. Does it kind of match our colors? I want one of those. I don't know which one. There's a Christmas one. Here's another envelope. I want a couple of those. There's some more scrap. Oop, I dropped that one. That's okay. Let me lay those over there. There's a piece of book page that I'll use. These are maps. I don't think I want a map in my journal. Here's some pretty little Christmas cards for Christmas. I do want to make a Christmas junk journal too. This was neat. This was a children's sticker activity book. But look, it had frames in the back. I thought that'd be cool. And that might really go with our theme too. Let's take that out. We'll use that. And then I don't think there's anything else in here we can use. It's got all kinds of bugs in there. Okay, nothing else in there. Here's some cards I picked up. I could make a circle and cut that out. That'd be kind of pretty. Might do something with that. Let's open this up. But yes, my daddy had a temper, and not only was he strict, but he had a really bad temper until he got older and he got saved, and it changed his life, and he was a whole different person after that. Unfortunately, it wasn't while I was a child. Look at this card. Isn't that pretty? And the envelope. I think that's gorgeous. That's just gorgeous. Do I want to use that? I don't know. I'll think about it. A birthday one. Here's a purple one. I think I like this one a whole lot. I might take out one of these. And then we have a happy birthday. There's another blue and purple. I really like those. That's really beautiful. And just, again, just cover this up with something or cut it out. I mean, if you cut down kind of deliberately like a little scallop right through there, you could make that into a pocket. It'd be really pretty. I do have purple in here. All right, we'll hold on to that one for a little while. We'll set those aside. I know I had more stuff in this bag, but I don't know where it went to. Okay, and then I picked up, this was in there too, Words of Wisdom, Inspiring, Witty, Positive Messages and Quotes. So I will use this for sure. It's got all kinds of quotes in it. I will use that for something. This is pretty, but I don't really want it. There's some more that, did I keep one of those? Can't remember. Here's some Tim Holtz paper, but it doesn't really go, well, the butterfly by itself would. I don't think I really want that though. All right, that's just some scrap paper. Some scrap paper. Keep one of those. It's got mushrooms on it. That might make a pretty tag. And I like that color. It goes with our journal. Look, here's some more of that paper. It's a book page we will use. There's some butterflies we can cut out. What is this? Castle scones. Recipes are fun to put in junk journals, y'all. You can cut these little short recipes like this out and put them on tags and stick them in pockets. They're really cute. I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that with that one. Okay, let's put those aside. We don't need that. We don't need that. None of those. All right, let's put those aside. Here's a bunch of little bits and pieces. I don't see anything in here really that I want to use. Doubt it, but I'll put it to the side just in case. Just in case. I do like this color. I'll put that aside. And I made that little template of that butterfly. I might use that. Here's some more. Don't see anything in there that I want. Although, here's some yellow. Don't have a lot of yellow, so I might take that out. And then I grabbed this piece. I don't know, y'all. Let me get a drink. If I don't drink enough water throughout the day, my legs cramp really bad. Okay, this is Paper Studio. I got this at Hobby Lobby. Let me turn it sideways so you can kind of peek in here with me. And you know I want that lavender page. Look at that. That's pretty. It kind of reminds me of a wedding, though. That's beautiful. That's pretty. They're very vintagey. I just think that would look so pretty in the journal, y'all. I gotta have it. I'll make tags with it or something. I don't know what yet. Okay. It's got mushrooms on it, so I don't want that. That's beautiful. Oh my. I just love paper, y'all. This is really pretty. Can I use this? I might use some little pieces of that. It's lavender. That's pretty. So many pretty pieces. Now this is green and lavender. I like that. Now what I'm thinking was I'm pulling out these pieces is I want to make a bunch of little half inserts. And, oh, I love the birds. Oh, I love the birds. Half inserts and tags and things like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, I'm getting carried away with the lavender, so I'm going to skip that one. It's so pretty, though. So pretty. I should have just done the whole journal out of this, huh? It all matched. All right, I think that's it for that. I'm gonna set that over there, and we're gonna work with what we got here. All right, let's see. We're gonna move this over here. I think I'm just gonna start with this piece right here. Let me move this over. And these are beginning pages. I'm gonna set them up out of the way. All right, what do we want to do? Now, I have this tag that I'm gonna put in the journal, so I'm gonna lay it on top of the journal. I'm definitely gonna use that. And then these pieces are the leftover scraps from our journal pages over there. So, I want to keep them close, because I will probably try to make some tags out of them. In fact, I probably should just start making tags out of these instead of using this. But I think what I'll do with this one is make like a half fold page. Let me think. I think I want to do something like this and then turn it back on itself. So if I had that down, or if I had that down on the page, so like this is my journal on the right hand side, and I put it right on the edge and I folded it here, and then I folded this back on itself like that, is what I have in mind. So I want the full 12 inches, and I think I will take, do I want it the full page? I think I do. So I'm only going to take off a little. I'm going to make it 8 inches. And then we're going to put this over here. And so if we have 12, 4 inches each. Where's my scoring board? I don't know where my scoring board's at. So let's do it the hard way. Okay, that's going to go down. So let's do it the hard way. It takes too long to get the scoring board out. I think I finally got our little sweetheart down for a nap. She woke up once. I started this video and she woke up, and then I went and put her back down with her bottle, and she stayed asleep that time. She's so tired. She just don't know if she's coming or going. I had put her down, or her mama did, just before. Am I going to be able to do that without? I should have done it on the other side. Okay, right there. And is that my mark right there? I should have done it on the other side. Anyway, her mama put her down just before she left. And Poppy, the little Sheltie that's outside, she barked. And then Jill jumped up and looked out the door to see what she was barking at. And it was Jill's favorite thing in the whole wide world to bark at, and that's the mailman. So she started barking, and she has a loud, high-pitched bark. She started barking at the mailman, and then, all right, so I didn't get that exactly right, did I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, so that'll go. So like if this is the right-hand side of my page, and I glue it down right there, then this is going to open up accordion style, right? Okay. I am not prepared. I don't have my bone folder out or nothing. I'm not ready for paper crafting, am I? Okay, hold on a minute. Let me see. Gotta move my chair a little. And let's get, we're gonna wind up needing some glue. Did I leave glue out? Somewhere. I thought I did. Okay, well. And we'll get one of these out too. We will get some distress ink out. We're gonna go ahead and get a hole puncher out. What else do we need? I'm looking for a circle punch. I know I have one. Well, my goodness. What did I do with it? We will get the pinking shears out. Okay, here we go. I knew I had one somewhere. That's enough for now. All right, and what I want to do so that we know that this is a pull-out, I want to mark it. And I'm going to kind of put a little pull-out right there. And then I want to ink all this up. Just a little. And I know that they say to rub. I don't think I want to do that. I might do this side. Let me finish my sentence here, Kim. I know they say to do this, but I don't like to do that because then it wears out your little fuzzy thing on the end quicker. I know it seems to pick up more ink, but it also wears out your pads and everything quicker when you do that. Okay. That's cute. I think I want... Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. Okay. Okay, that's one little pull out. That'll be for one signature. I think I'm gonna do it like that. Yeah. No? No, I want it like that. I wish I'd have put a little string there instead of the clip out. I wish I'd have put a ribbon there or something instead, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's decorate this a little bit. Here's the thing, people. I hear so many people say, oh, I'm no good at this. I'm no good at this. And I think in my mind, and I learned this from playing Animal Crossings, but let me explain. I have learned that people stop too soon. They stop too soon. No, I don't like that. Keep going. Decorate. I mean, yes, I could have stopped at just this and put this in the journal and it would look cute. But if you'll keep going and add a little more to it, yes, you can go overboard. But you'll know when to stop. I mean, for one thing, you're going to run out of ideas, right? All right, let's look in here and see what we pulled out. See what we can come up with. I'm going to lay that over there. There's some ideas in here somewhere. No, even the yellow ones, nope. Let me see. Find something here in a minute. Those pink roses don't go. But anyway, yeah, I think people stop too soon decorating, and that's why they don't like their journal like they like everybody else's. And I was telling you about maybe, or should I just do a white one? I've got some plain white ones. Let me see here. Let me move my chair to the other side. Get in here. Oh, I've got to move a little more. Here's some. Alright. I play Animal Crossings, and the idea behind Animal Crossings is to do projects, earn money, and decorate your island. And you can also decorate your houses. Well, I like that. I was decorating and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. And I would look at other people and what they were doing and everything. And theirs were just so pretty. You know. And I finally figured it out. I needed to add more stuff. So as soon as I started adding more stuff, I started liking it better and better and better. And the more I added, the better I liked it. Now you can't go too far where it just looks plumb junky, but just keep going. Keep going. Oh no, I don't know. Well, see, here's the thing. If I cut that out, I don't like the gold necessarily. Does that one look okay? You know what? I can't really tell. So I'm going to cut one out. Give me my paper trimmer here. I think I might be able to do it a little better with this. I'm going to have to go this way first. No. No go. I have to do it the hard way. So anyway, I have a beautifully decorated island on Animal Crossing. So if any of you play Animal Crossings, let me know. I want to come see your island. If you have a dream island, I want to come see it. And I can always give you my dream island so you can come see my island. And what Dream Island means is once you get it done, you can upload it to Dream World and people can come visit your island and not mess anything up. You know, if you do it any other way, they can mess it up. If you just let them come over to your island and open the gate, they can come pick your flowers and your vegetables, and there are certain items that you just put down that they can pick up. So you don't want to do that. You want to upload your island to the Dreamland so nobody can come and mess up your island once you have it all decorated and everything. All right, I'm cutting out this window on this frame. Okay. Now let's see what we got. What did I do with my little topper? Y'all are probably looking right at it, aren't you? Oh my goodness, what did I do with it? I really don't want to just lay it down. Would y'all please let me know what I did with it? I wish you could talk to me. Okay, I'm going to lay it way back here. It'll show up in a minute. Okay. I don't know how I lose things so quickly sometimes. Oh, did I drop it? I don't see it. Okay, it'll show up. It'll show up. All right, where's mine? Okay, so I'm not crazy about it, but sometimes when you're not crazy about something, you keep going until you are crazy about it. You know, I think I kind of like it down here because it's different. Now, if I could find an image to go in there, we'd be set. Now, what could I put in there? Do I have some vintage ladies? I used to have some vintage ladies. Don't think none of these would look good. Really don't. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see what it looks like. You never know. Sometimes you just never know until you try. Don't be afraid to try things. Don't be afraid to try things. Oh, I wish I could get all of that in there. I barely can. I'm going to try it. Let's see. If I move it up, I like it right there. It just barely fits. Okay. Let's try. Oh, that all fits. All of that fits in there. She fits in there. Which one should I do? Which one should I do? She fits in there. Kind of like that one. Yeah, because then you're wondering where the rest of that goes. That one fits really good. I just kind of want that one. Okay, that goes to the top of the page. And then I'm going to trace this. I think I moved it. I did. All right, let's cut that out. Again, I want to encourage you to make one of these. There are videos out there where people make these 100% out of junk. And they turn out so stinking cute. And I've made one completely out of junk mail, but I don't get a lot of junk mail. So that's kind of hard for me to do. Now, do I need to trim that down just a little bit? Because if I don't, it's going to stick out on the sides. Let me trim it on each side just a fraction. Like that right there. And just a fraction on the top. Oh no, there's a fly in the house. I can hear it. Oh no, it'll drive me insane. Look there, that's so cute. That is so stinking cute. Okay, I want to open this. Y'all, I got one of these open somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. But it's possible my little chunky could have got it. Oh yes, it's ready. Okay. Okay. All right, let's. I was listening to somebody craft, and they used this glue all the time and just ranted and raved about it. I don't care for it too much, but I've got it now, so I'm going to use it. What I do like about it is, and that might be why she uses it, you can move it around. Like, let me show you, like this right here. I don't have it up far enough. It does allow you to move it. See, like I did right there. It gives you just a few minutes to move it around. So if you're making something and you want to move it, that's the glue to use. But my favorite glue, believe it or not, is Fabri-Tac. I like to use it on everything. All right, I'm going to trim this away. Am I trimming the right thing? No. No. Doggone it. Let me see that glue. Okay, so I cut the wrong image. I cut my frame. So I'm just going to put some glue right over that. And I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to stick that right over that where I cut it until it dries. And then I'll cut that away and you'll never know that I cut into the frame. There you go. Isn't that cute? All right, let's get this away and see how this is starting to look. All right, so I've got this down here. I got this cute little image right here. I'm liking that. Okay. All right, what do you think? What do you think? I think it's kind of cute. Now remember, we're doing a sewing journal. So I think that's cute. Kind of want something up here at the top though. What could I do? What if? Does that work? No, that don't work. Let me see here. I really kind of want a butterfly. I'm wondering, let me just cut it out and see what it looks like. I got a piece of paper on there. Okay, let me see. What would that look like on there? I think it needs a butterfly. I think it needs a couple of butterflies. Okay, so I'm going to pull that one down to right there. Do I want to put a yellow one in? Let's, don't want orange. Let's try this green one. Let's try this green one. I'm trying to remember to stay in frame, y'all. I'm going to have to put my phone on a different tripod. I gotta check the time too somehow. And I just cut the antennas off. And if I want the antennas on later, then I draw them in. It's just easier that way. It's a whole lot easier that way. We're going to finish this one up. I hope we're going to finish this one up. I should have looked to see what time it was before I started this, because I have to go get my grandson. But I'm glad the baby is taking a nap, because she would have been so cranky otherwise. Okay. All right. I'm liking that. What about this little red one right here, or that little bitty red one? Let's look at this little bitty red one right here. And I'm thinking about maybe putting it down here. I think that's kind of cute, y'all. All right. And I will ink these up on the edges and glue them down. And I really feel like I need to hurry. I just feel like I'm losing track of time. Wish I had another clock in the house close by. Okay. All right, so I think I'm going to put that one right there. And we're going to finish cutting this one out. What do you think? It's kind of cute for a hand-sewn journal, don't you think? I think it is. When we get it all down, I may have to wrap that around, or I may have to wrap it around on this side. But yeah, let's cut this one out real quick. I have an alarm set. Does the alarm still go off if you're doing a video? I don't know. I know a babysitter's going to be awful mad at me, though, if I go over my time. And my grandson will be, too. Okay. About to get this. Okay. What if we put the little one up here and the big one down here? Oh, I can't. I could put it right there, or I could swap. Let's see, I could do this one there, this one there, and this one here. Do I like that? I don't think I like that. I think I liked it like that. I think I like it like that. Okay, let's glue this down, and I need something. I'm gonna have to hurry because I just have a feeling. time is getting away from me. So we're going to do this, and then we will pick back up on making more items tomorrow or on the next video. On our next video. Oh, I've got a bunch of glue right there. I'm going to use that. Okay, we're going to stick that one right there. Ooh, this glue is coming out, man. We're going to stick that one right there. Oh, I didn't ink them. See, I'm in a hurry. That's okay. I've got another idea. Like I told you, you can't hardly mess up, right? But I am going to ink this one because I thought about it. Okay, it's all right. I got an idea. And that does need to be trimmed off just a little bit. If you forget to ink and you kind of want it outlined a little bit, then just take an ink pen and go around it. And it looks really good too that way. Sometimes I do it that way on purpose. I think that's enough because there's still ink. All right, I'm gonna put that right there. And then I think I'll just use this glue. And since I'm gonna do the other butterflies with an outline, I'm just gonna put this one down like that. And then let me show you, you can use a Pro marker pen, or you can use these, but I highly suggest you wait until your glue dries before you do this. And go up right to the edge and go around, and it makes them pop. Sometimes more than, and you can even outline the butterfly then, see? And then you can go ahead and put your antennas on. Well, there goes the dog barking, so the baby will wake up in a minute. It's okay, we gotta be going anyway. So yes, so you be sure to watch the next video because I have a story to tell you that you're not gonna believe. Okay, my alarm just went off. It did shut my video down, so I had to reopen that. But anyway, I kind of like it outlined sometimes. And you can put your little antennas back in there. And that don't look bad. In fact, I think I want to go like that. Like that. The inking isn't showed up, and since I've already done it with the butterflies, I think I'm going to go around it just a little bit. Just kind of skip along. Not be perfect about it. That's not bad, y'all. I think that's kind of cute. What do you think? Not bad, huh? Okay, so be sure to watch the next video because I have a story for you that you're not going to believe. It's about mules and baby rabbits. And I'll never forget it because I've never seen anything like it in my life. So be sure to watch the next video. We're going to make more stuff for our journal. And I'm going to tell you that story. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe and become a part of the family. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.